starting to struggle to come up with clever ways to begin my videos. Hey guys, welcome to my happy place. The original happy place. We're back. It's actually a really nice day outside, and I could just stroll around and make this video, but I figured, you know what, let's keep it classic. Let's go back to the car. So I want to share a story with you, and it's a story of how I got into a gang war. And I don't want to oversell the story. I was in a one-sided gang war. There was a gang on one side, and then there was kind of a squad on the other side. As I mentioned in previous videos, I did a year abroad in Israel, and in the place I was staying at, there was a park kind of up the hill from where we were. And we used to go and hang out there on Saturday nights. Just, you know, sit on the swings. Nothing really crazy. There just wasn't a lot to do in the town. At the top of this hill and in this park was this group of kids slash almost adults who were fondly referred to as Arsim. I don't think there's an actual translation to the word RC. RC is the singular in English, but Ars might be the root of the word because they're dicks. They're a bunch of dicks. And they were known for wanting to start fights. Like, that was what they did. They pretty much just started fights. And they hadn't bothered us really over the course of the year because we all kind of kept to ourselves. But we made a point to try and avoid them. So one Saturday night, me and a couple friends decided to go up to the top of the hill like we usually do. And I'll describe the friends when it becomes important, but for now it's just me and about 4 guys walked up to the top of this hill to hang out on the playground. We're sitting on the swings, minding our own business, doing nothing of note, and a group of these Arsim come over to us and basically start trying to pick a fight, sort of, but we're all very non-confrontational people, so we're just kind of trying to ignore them. And one of them starts to push one of my friends, but not like in the normal pushing way. He grabs his head, but not like grabs, but like grabs, like hand on head, and starts pushing his head down in like a weird rhythmic, not smacking, it was really weird. And eventually one of these pushes knocks off my friend's fedora. I know. Before you say anything, I know. I've talked with him about it. I know. But he knocks off the fedora, and that's apparently the last straw, because my friend gets up and I see a look in his eyes that I had not been accustomed to. So I stand up before him, I put a hand up, and I you know, walk up to the guy who had been doing the head pushy slappy thing, and I say, we don't want any trouble, could you just, if you could back off. And so the kid sees I'm standing up, so now he wants to, you know, make himself big, and he kind of gets up in my grill, and I'm not having that. He starts to get real close to me, like uncomfortably close, and so I kind of push him back. And so he goes, whoa, and he turns back to his friends, and all of a sudden now we're getting into a situation we don't want to get into. So he comes at me again, and I, without thinking, grab him by the throat and like kind of throw him backwards. Like just a shove. And it like knocked him back into his friends. And that was a mistake. It's probably not the thing I should have done. And so, like a siren call, as soon as that push happened, all of a sudden, all of the other Arsim that were hanging around the general vicinity come rolling up. Just hordes of them. So there were maybe 5 or 6 at the beginning. And by the end, there was, I would venture to say, about 30 of them. Just kind of all showed up in a matter of maybe 30 seconds. It was honestly magical. And so now I'm worried because they're looking very ready to fight, and they're known to carry knives and brass knuckles and all sorts of things that we don't have. Now I can get to the description of my friend group that is in this area. It's me, my friend Shai, who you guys may remember from the Poland story, another friend of mine who like has the body of a male model and the face of one too, sweet guy, and kind of maybe a little bit knows how to fight. Like I taught him how to fight a little bit. And then the last 2 guys I can only describe as probably the last people you would ever want in a fight to be on your side. To give you an idea of the guy who was wearing the fedora, because he's one of the last 2 guys, his actual game plan in a fight is to get naked. Just as quickly as possible, get completely naked, because he assumes that no one wants to fight the naked guy. So that's who I'm dealing with. These are the people on my side. And then there's 30 Arsim who are looking to stab us. So I'm in panic mode now, or less in panic mode and more in like, how can we not die mode? Make sure we don't die. That's like my #1 goal right now. And while I'm doing this and preparing to be stabbed, there's this one kid wearing a tracksuit, like a full coordinated tracksuit, maybe 14 years old, who's just kind of rolling up his sleeves like real, like 1980s movie style. That's what he's doing. He's rolling up his, getting ready. And Shai leans forward, because he like shifted his way to the back. He leans into me and he says, "He's an angry elf." For those of you who don't know, that's a line from the movie Elf, and it immediately diffused the whole situation, on my end at least. Like, I was not able to focus on saving our lives or doing anything like that anymore, because that was the funniest freaking thing he could have said in the moment. We're looking into the face of being stabbed a lot. Like a lot. And I burst out laughing. And so the kids kind of look around, because they don't speak much English, so they maybe didn't hear what he said so much. And they're very confused, but they want to intimidate us again. So the kid leans into me, leans real close, and goes, "Ha'ima shacha sharmuta." Gives me the real emphasis on it, which basically translates to, your mother is a prostitute who gives out her wares for free. And it, again, the situation was just completely diffused from me. So I said, "Yeah, you're right." And they burst out laughing because they think it's the funniest thing. They think I didn't understand what they said. And they walked away. They just left. That's all they wanted, just to humiliate me as much as possible. And they felt that they had done it. So they left. Long story short, I didn't do anything really. And Shai, once again, saved the day with a stupid one-liner from a early 2000s Will Ferrell movie. And that's the story. That's the story of how I was almost in a gang, almost/sort of in a gang war. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I just hit 500 subscribers, and it's been like a week since I started, which is huge and crazy. And thank you to everyone who did subscribe. From my happy place, I'm Zach. Now go away.